Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2023 Hyundai Tucson Blue Hybrid.
And before we start, I'd like to give a huge thanks to Eli and the rest of the management and staff here at Brandon Hyundai in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're in the market for a new car or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Tucson has been Hyundai's compact crossover SUV since 2005. That's when the first generation was released. The fourth generation that you see here was all new last year for 2022, sitting on a shortened N3 platform, which is shared with the Santa Fe. For 2023, Serenity Pearl Metallic replaces Quartz White as their white metallic paint color, and Hyundai eliminated the premium package from the SEL. But although the premium package is gone, Hyundai spread the features as standard throughout all the other trim levels for the Tucson. Adaptive cruise control, pedestrian detection, and traffic sign recognition are now all standard among all trim levels for the Tucson. Panoramic moonroof is standard on the N-Line, and a 10.3-inch touchscreen is standard on all trims XRT and up. There are 11 different trim levels and 3 power plants for the 2023 Tucson, starting with the 2.5-liter 4-cylinder making 180 horsepower, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. You can upgrade to the hybrid, which features a 1.6-liter turbo and 2 electric motors, just like the Santa Fe hybrid we just reviewed on this channel, cranking out a combined 226 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 6-speed automatic transmission. There's also a plug-in hybrid, which is also made it to a 6-speed with a 1.6-liter turbo, which cranks out a little bit more power at 261. All hybrids are standard with all-wheel drive. Trim level wise, we start with the SE at $26,445, of course with a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder. The SEL, also with a 2.5, starts a couple $1,000 more at $28,045, and above that is the SEL Convenience, which starts a tick over $30,000, also with a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder. Above the SEL Convenience sits the Blue Hybrid, which starts a tick under $31,000 with a 1.6-liter turbo hybrid, 2 electric hybrid motors out rear, cranking out a combined, as we mentioned, 226 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque. Great value for a hybrid, barely over $30,000. Above the hybrid is the XRT, which starts at $33,270, with the N-Line sitting right above it at $33,295. Both with the 2.5-liter 4-cylinder. Above the N-Line sits the SEL Convenience Hybrid, starting at $33,895. The limited 2.5 is the top-of-the-line 2.5, sitting right above that at $35,890, with the SEL Plug-in Hybrid right above the limited at $37,045. That limited hybrid is the top of the line hybrid trim at $38,745, and the limited PHEV is the top of the line Tucson in general at $44,295. But here we have the Blue Hybrid with a base price of $30,895. What else we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, you notice your redesigned styling for the 2023 or 2022 Tucson. This is the 2023 where everything basically carries over. We get the daytime runners part of the grille, high and low beam in the corner, no front parking sensing on the blue trim, no forward facing camera or anything like that, but still pretty loaded with features for a $30,000 base price Hyundai badge. This blue metallic paint color, it's a nice color in the sunny weather. Hopefully you can pick up that blue metallic, and since this is the blue trim level, it makes sense for the blue paint color. The wheel and tire setup, we get a gunmetal gray and silver contrasted 17-inch rims wrapped in next-gen Rhodian GTX all-season tires. Dimensions being 235/65 R17s. The 235s are pretty wide, and the 65 series sidewall is beefy, so the ride quality should be very good. And Hyundai specifically designs these rims so that they're a little bit extra aerodynamic. Some plastic cladding for the wheel well and rocker panel side skirt area should help if you take this SUV off-road. Body color mirror with this blue metallic beautiful paint color, and LED turn signal in the center. The glass fills up just about the entire frame. Blind spot monitoring standard on the Blue Hybrid. Black trim for the bottom portion of the window trim, some shiny chrome right up top. You can take a quick look at the window sticker for the 2023 Tucson Hybrid Blue all-wheel drive. I'll take a step out of the way because I am right in front of the sun. Hopefully you can pause, take a look at all of the standard features. We do get quite a bit for $30,900 base price options. We have carpeted floor mats for $210, $120 for the reversible cargo tray, cargo cover for $190, $30 for the first aid kit, $120 for the mud guards. After a $1,300 destination charge, Total price sitting at $32,845. I apologize, guys. I'm going to try to make it so you can see everything. Fuel economy, even better than the Santa Fe. 38 combined MPGs, 38 in the city, 38 on the highway. Excellent for a compact SUV. We get smart access for the driver and the front passenger. The gas cap is push to open, but we don't get easy fill. You can throw, I believe, 87 octane fuel for the 1.6 turbo, but most turbocharged engines are better off with higher octane fuel. LED taillights, turn signals, and the reverse lights down below. I don't believe the reverse lights are LED. Oh, they actually very well might be. I'll leave a link right here, let you know if they are LED. Tucson blue badge in the lower left corner. Shout out Brandon Hyundai for helping make this review possible. H-Track hybrid badge in the right corner. Hyundai badge right above the lit LED taillights, and I like how the LED runs for the center, unlike the Santa Fe. And I also like how Tucson integrates the rear wiper flushly underneath the third brake light, so it's not just sticking out like a sore thumb. But that's about it, guys. We'll take a squat back here, get a good look at the exhaust tip, rear suspension setup. But speaking of the exhaust tip, let's fire up this 1.6 turbo hybrid and see if we can rev up this hybrid setup. All right, guys, that was the sound of the 1.6 liter hybrid turbo sold by Hyundai for the 2023 Tucson Hybrid Blue. And obviously it's not going to sound very aggressive, but it does allow you to rev up the hybrid setup, which I guess is cool for the purpose of the video. Cranking out 226 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque. You can expect 0 to 60 around 7 seconds, maybe a little bit quicker if you get a really good launch. I believe Car and Driver got it at 7.1, which definitely respectable, a lot quicker than the non-hybrid, which does 0 to 60 in like the high 8-second range, which for daily driving just isn't all that quick. But what you see is basically what we get. We can shut this hood right up, no hydraulic struts. I'm using my arm as the prop rod, but take one more step back, get a good look at the front styling of this 2023 Tucson Blue Hybrid. As far as the interior, let's take a step inside. I also like these body lines, how they flare out pretty sharply for the door panel area and out rear, kind of giving this car nice little hip design. But taking a step inside, again, smart access for the driver and the front passenger. Up top, we have hard plastic, which is unfortunate because the dashboard is padded. I kind of wish they gave us padding for the upper part of the door panel while leaving the dashboard hard plastic, because at some point you'll probably have your arm out the window or just resting on top of the door panel, so you'll be touching it a lot more frequently than the dashboard itself. But beneath that, we have this piano black trim outlined in faux aluminum. The center portion is hard plastic with contrast in color. Padded armrest, which is nice. Auto one touch up front. Power windows out rear. Four-way adjustable mirrors and pretty solid storage. You'll fit a foot long in here with no problem, but no cup holder on the door. Well, actually, it is a cup holder, but I could only imagine what kind of cup or bottle you'll fit with that kind of angle. One of your speakers, Tucson nameplate. As you step inside, it's probably pretty tough to pick it up because of the water, but it does say Tucson. The seats are cloth, but it's a comfortable cloth, kind of funky looking design. Solid bolstering, fully adjustable lumbar, recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats. Taking a step inside, we can really check out this interior. So foot on the brake, engine start stop, it's aluminum. Everything fires right to life. Cool. First thing we notice is the steering wheel. It's not leather wrapped, but it's a great shape, solid thickness, great 10-2 bolstering notch, and the 9-3 fits very well in your hands. 4 spokes. You got a spoke for the armrest, well, 3 spokes down below, spoke for the armrest, and a 6 o'clock spoke if you want to be reckless and drive with your arm on your left. On the left side of the steering wheel, we have our voice commands, AM, FM, and Sirius volume and skip controls. You can answer and hang up your phone calls and favorites. The horn area is rubberized. The horn itself, very aggressive sounding horn. People should definitely be getting out of your way. On the right side, you have your infotainment adjustments, cruise control, active steering, and radar cruise control in the corner. The paddle shifters are aluminum, nice high quality touch, and they control the 6-speed automatic transmission, auto headlamps, auto high beams, and no auto rain sensing wipers, but it is available on the higher trims. To the left of the steering wheel, we have our interior brightness, our trunk opening and closing, traction control, and you can reset the 12-volt battery, fuse box right there, hood latch release, and you can get a good look at your pedals with a floor-mounted accelerator pedal. Tilt and telescoping steering wheel, and the telescoping function works very well. It goes very far out towards me. Hard plastic for the center part of the dashboard. The top portion is padded. I kind of wish they gave us this material for the top part of the door panel, but they do give it to us on the higher trims. The gauge display, the speedometer goes to about 160 for the analog function. The battery level in the center, you can see all of our EVs, lighting information, and our advanced safety features screen in the center for this LCD cluster. fuel level on the right side, eco, charge, and power indicator, and off on the bottom. Speaking of that LCD indicator with the fuel level up top, you can see our adjustments. We're currently looking at our advanced safety screen, drive info, sensory fueling, accumulated info, energy flow, and a digital speedo. User settings, cluster, lights are all adjustable. Door, digital keys, convenience units, reset, oil change reminder, all adjustable. You have a power distribution indicator, tire pressure monitor, and our engine temperature. My personal favorite screen to look at all times would be this advanced safety feature screen with our attention level right beneath. That's about it for the gauge display. The gauge top itself is hard plastic, as you guys can hear. We get Hyundai's 8-inch touchscreen outlined in piano black. The air vents have an aluminum stick running through the center. The resolution on the touchscreen itself is okay. We have all of our menus down below: phone, Blue Link, radio, hybrid, voice memo, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. Hybrid, we can take a look at it. We have our average fuel economy and electric motor use, energy flow as well, all available in the hybrid layout. No map, we don't get navigation on the blue trim level for the hybrid, but it is available on the top trims. We still get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so really can't complain. We take a quick look at the backup camera. Decent resolution. It's not amazing, but it's also definitely nothing to be complaining about. Guidance lines and trajectory, no different views, but it's still nice to get pretty high resolution backup camera nevertheless. You can throw right back into drive, and I believe we stay in the backup camera so you can see like if anything is chasing you. Not quite sure why else you would need that, but throwing right back into park, we return right to the home screen. Volume dial is pretty cool, decent resistance to it. Same with the tune, seek, track, setup, and dual zone automatic climate control. We get heated, no cooled seats, of course would not be expected with a blue trim level, but the heated seats are nice. 2 USB-A ports and a 12-volt adapter underneath your little center cluster. Wireless charging pad too. Hill descent control, and you can take a look at your camera just by pressing a button if you don't want to put the car into reverse. Drive mode selector, we have snow mode, smart mode, sport mode, and eco. We'll start off in eco, transition to sport. Just see what the differences are. The gear selector controls the 6-speed auto transmission. The non-hybrids get an 8-speed auto, but the hybrids get a 6. Electronic parking brake with auto hold. 2 cup holders with a pass-through, pushy things to keep your drinks in place. You could probably fit 16 to 20 ounce water bottles in these cup holders. Very solid size. The center console is stitched, unlike the Santa Fe we just reviewed. Push this button to open it up. Decently spacious. I would expect you to fit possibly a 2-liter bottle of soda. If not, you'll probably fit 5 or 6 1-liter bottles of soda. Very spacious center console. The glove box, we can pull this latch. It is also large, damped, not lined with felt of course, but you'll fit 25, 30 license plates in there with no problem. And I like how the air vents kind of lead flushly for the passenger. It looks super cool the way it lines up to the door panel as well. Basically a frameless rear view mirror, very thin frame. It's not auto dimming. You got to pull this flappy thing or latchy thing to actually dim the mirror. We have a rollover warning. I don't think this SUV has any chance of rolling over unless you get in an accident. The handling is very good, especially with the electric motors. The interior lights are LED. No moonroof here on the blue. It is available as an option and standard on the N line now for 2023. But that's about it for the front seat of the 2023 Tucson Blue Hybrid. Let's take a step out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the material. So out rear, up top, of course, just hard plastic like up front. The entire door panel is going to be hard plastic. Even the armrest area is hard plastic. Power window, 2 tiers of storage. You'll fit a solid sized water bottle in there, probably a 20-ounce water bottle will fit with no problem. Additional Tucson nameplate stepping inside. The seats, they are reclinable, but you can't slide the seats. Legroom looks impressive. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall. The rear seats are all cloth with decent bolstering though for a cloth seat. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So first thing I noticed, I'm sitting in a very upright position. Headroom wise, I still have 1 inch, possibly 2. I can recline the seat though. Check this out. Wow. Very useful recline function. You can go pretty far back. We'll put it right back to its normal height. But legroom wise, I still have at least 5-6 inches of legroom. This is really not a whole lot less spacious compared to the Santa Fe. I think the biggest compromise is going to be the overall trunk space, which we'll check out in 1 second. Mat pocket behind both of the front seats. Air vents, 2 USB-A ports. Center cubby, we can pull this latch and check it out. The Santa Fe did not have a latch for the center cubby or string, whatever you want to call it. Cloth, of course, but it's comfortable. 2 cup holders, you'll fit 12, maybe 16 ounces in there. Interior light appears to be LED, maybe not. Not a big deal though, it does the job. That's about it for the back seat though, guys. We'll take a step out of here check out the cargo space. I'm sorry about the glare. I know there's a ton of glare because that sun literally right over there without a cloud in the sky. But underneath this down here, there's a button, and it electrically opens up your tailgate, and it gives you a second so you don't have to worry about getting pushed out of the way by your tailgate. Space though, it's clearly smaller compared to the Santa Fe. The back seat space wasn't a whole lot smaller, but the trunk space is. Both SUVs sit on the same platform, but the Tucson's platform is a little bit shorter. And you can definitely tell compared to the cargo space. The back seat space was comparable, but the cargo space is clearly smaller. However though, the step-in is lower. So check this out, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, and my knee is basically the same height as a step-in. So if you have older or smaller pets, they'll have a lot less trouble hopping in the back of the Tucson compared to the Santa Fe. You can fold the rear seats down simply by pulling these latches, and you fold the seats down, I expect you to fit up to a 75-inch TV back here with no problem. We have a additional 12 volt for the back, so if you have a cooler that requires some type of electrical outlet to keep the fan moving or whatever, I have one of those. You can use it out here in the trunk. Secret storage space, we can take a quick look. We have actually a decent amount of secret storage despite this being a hybrid. That floor goes very far in. You can throw a bunch of secret stuff, tonneau cover. We can shut this thing right up. We can shut the tailgate right up. And unlike the Santa Fe, it does give you a second before it actually begins to close. So if you got your grocery bags in your hands, you don't have to necessarily worry about getting duped from the head if you don't quickly get out of the way. That's about it though for the outside and inside of the 2023 Hyundai Tucson Blue Hybrid. Pretty well loaded for a vehicle, right around $30,000 for the base price. Performance-wise, let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. All right guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the 2023 Hyundai Tucson Blue Hybrid. Let's take it out for a drive. And starting off in eco mode, the steering feels really sharp and on center. That was my first impression when I was driving this car to this parking lot, just how sharp and direct the steering feels. I remember I used to compare the new Tucson to the new Alfa Romeo, or just the Alfa Romeo Stelvio. I feel like it looks similar, the driving characteristics are similar. The steering's not quite as ridiculously sharp as the Stelvio, but it's up there. Check this out, handling is good. Like, we have a rollover warning, but there's no chance you're rolling this thing over unless you're clipped. We'll do a little half throttle pull once this car passes, half throttle. Takes a second, but yup, very solid. It's not quite as immediate as like a plug-in hybrid. I wouldn't be surprised if someone's gotten this thing to 60 in under 7 seconds. This thing feels quick. About half throttle again. Not bad. You barely even notice the turbo. The electric motors definitely cancel out the turbo lag with their immediate torque. We'll throw it into sport mode, see what the differences are. Ooh, the throttle immediately gets a lot more sensitive. Without even changing my position on the throttle, it started to increase RPMs. You feel the bumps a little more compared to a Santa Fe. Not by much though, especially with these 65 series sidewalls. We'll have some massive bumps over here. Won't even slow down for them. Boom. Boom. Yeah, the ride quality is good, guys. Boom, puddle. Throw it in one more time. Yeah, the steering gets a little bit heavier in sport. We'll try out an acceleration off the line. Full stop. Let me guess. Ooh. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, definitely quicker than the Santa Fe hybrid. Gets up and goes really well. We'll do a window check, see if we get dual panes. We do not get dual panes, but it's a pretty thick single pane of glass. I decided to check just now because I noticed that there was a little bit more wind noise compared to the Santa Fe. But I'm sure the top trim Tucsons also get dual pane windows. Whew. Nice. Even in the pure EV mode, when the gas engine's not turned on, solid torque when you just lean into the throttle. One more time, about half throttle or third throttle. Yeah. With partial throttle, this thing feels really strong. And with full throttle, it also feels pretty strong. Make sure there's no cars. Okay, throwing it in way faster than we should. Woo-hoo. Nice, barely any body roll. And the steering feels so sharp and predictable. The brakes feel sharp too, thanks to the regenerative braking for the electric motors. Woo. Nice. It's a little bit long for the gearing with the 6-speed transmission, but it makes sense because the electric motors are really consistent with their power delivery. One more time, I want to throw it in way quicker than we should for that next upcoming turn. Woo-hoo-hoo. This thing can handle. Ooh. Not bad. This is an SUV after all. It shouldn't necessarily be handling like a sports car, but this one can really handle well. Compared to the new Outlander or RAV4 or even the new CR-V, updated, redesigned CR-V, this handles, I think, a little bit better. The steering feels just as good as the new CR-V. The CR-V updated has a very good feeling steering. This really feels just as good, if not better. We'll try out an acceleration onto this highway as soon as we get the chance, and I'll catch right back with you. All right, guys, taking a step out here. Once we're situated, on the gas. Second gear. Woo! Yeah. We're gonna have to push it a whole lot farther than that. This thing can get up and go. No, it won't blow you away, but wow, when you look down at the speed, you realize you're going a lot faster than you think you are. Overall, guys, if you're looking for a spacious 5-passenger SUV, you don't want to spend over $35,000, but you do want over 35 mpgs while doing 0 to 60 around, if not quicker than 6 seconds. You like the idea of all-wheel drive. This comes standard with all-wheel drive. You like the idea of Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, 8-inch touchscreen, good resolution for the backup camera, blind spot monitoring. You really do have everything you could possibly need for daily driving. No, it's not going to be quite as gushy, soft, or luxurious for the interior quality compared to like a Limited or an SEL Convenience. But that's why this is a friendlier base price. At $30,000 for a base price, I really don't think you can go wrong. I would definitely recommend checking out the 2023 Hyundai Tucson Blue Hybrid. And big thanks to Eli at Brandon Hyundai in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. Huge thanks to all of you for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel. Let me know what the trim levels are, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.